Well, well, well. All right, Art for Inspiration, Action Comics Annual #1. Today, here for Arthur Adams. This is an awesome book. If you claim fandom of Art Adams and you don't own this, you're not a real fan. You're a poser. All right, inks by, I can never say his name correctly, Dick Giordano. Dick Giordano. Yeah. Anyways, I think that the same inker there did some of the DC inks over McFarlane too, I think. But I might be wrong. Anyways, let's see. This book came out, so 1987. I'm trying to wonder, thinking what does it coincide with? Uh, my eyeballs tell me this is very Michael Golden esque. So I feel like Art was still looking at a lot of Golden. Maybe the Nom, I don't know. Something about the faces through this entire book. Super playful, and I love it. All right, let's check this out. Art Adams did not draw the Eminem hit. All right. Yeah, this is an awesome double pager. I would love to have this on my wall. I would love it. I feel like there might be some self-insert here. This looks like John Byrne, who is the writer of this issue. Something about the pacing of this book too. I don't know if it's because it's Arthur's pencils or the delegation of the story. Maybe I'm not really sure. This is going to sound crazy. So anyone that owns this, look through it. You could tell me I'm crazy or not. It feels very fill-in issue Fantastic Four to me, and I think uh, I've never been able to put a finger on John Byrne's writing style, but I think I may have just done that. Yeah, this doesn't have a very DC feel to it. It feels more like almost like a Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm side quest. Um, yeah, but again, I was a huge Marvel fanatic. You couldn't get me to look at a DC book back in the day when I was growing up. I was all about my X-Men, my Web of Spider-Man, uh, obviously McFarlane. Alan Davis. Yeah, if there was no, but more so if there was no like Art Adams and Todd McFarlane and Silvestri, I think those are my big three from my youth. I would have never pursued comics. I would have never pursued comics ever. Yeah, this artwork is so awesome. Um, yeah, Dick's inks on this stuff is fantastic. Actually, I really like this. I'd be interested to see the pencils to this, but there's something about the lines. Wow, it's very Todd McFarlane right here. Um, yeah, there's something about the lines and the contour inking on this that feel. Um, they just have a different vibe to them compared to like a Milgram or Austin Inks over art. Um, I feel like I like it more. Yeah, that would have been really interesting because he's got a really good grasp on the rendering techniques. Uh, Obviously pulled straight out of like the Michael Golden playbook, but it it's Art Adams, like comics royalties allowed to. There's a really cool shot right here. I think more comic artists need to devote half of their page to a diner. It's just funny seeing Clark Kent with this mustache right here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here too. I can see very much influencing young Todd McFarlane too. Younger, I think it was. I think it was kind of old when he actually broke in. Yeah, these are great. Interesting, interesting crops on some of these figures. I wonder if it's, I don't know. Again, maybe this wasn't told yet, and so he's like, "Hey, leave me the left half for uh, some of this, text or whatever." It's interesting. Yeah, this is like an unnecessary amount of negative space above and on the edge of the characters in these panels. That's a really cool shot, though. Man, almost. I know he wasn't looking at it, but this immediately makes me think of Marshall Rogers. Yeah, I really like this stuff too. A lot of the artists in the '90s, here you go. This is where they were coming across this kind of thing here, uh, and chances are that art pulled this off of Dark Knight Returns, of Frank Miller. But yeah, this kind of storytelling where you have silhouetted foreground characters, or just figure play where you go silhouette, but you leave things open, like the elements of their costume that identify them. Yeah, the faces in these are so fun. This is yeah, definitely New Mutant Special, but just looser. There's something really loose about it. His outlines are very Dark Knight, very Klausy. Yeah, so the whole premise here, she's a vampire. Succubus. This character looks cool. You got this Barney Fife looking dude in here. They're just, oh man, it's just so cool to see this stuff. Forgot how cool this book was. Look at the shading on this face. That is awesome. It's a very Art Adams thing too. A lot of artists not brave to throw this heavy light source for the dramatical effect. Yeah, it's real interesting to see him kind of bounce back and forth. I notice Art does this with convention sketches. Uh, when I was vending a lot, selling my comics and art and stuff, sometimes people come by with these sketches they got from Art at the same con, and some of them would be like super open, and then others they'd come by and it'd be like this, like a fully blacked out Batman or Wolverine with like only the white render showing. So it's interesting. I wonder if that's just a playful thing to kind of keep your head in the game. Because that's definitely not something because of the lighting or light source. It's a great face. It's an awesome shot right here too, man. His figure work on this female in particular is just awesome. Yeah, Art Adams. He looks like Mr. Incredible right there. Yeah, this is tight. Yeah, I'm wondering too. Like, so I'm curious. Uh, I'll have to make a mental note. Note to self: ask Arthur what his deadline was on this book. I kind of feel like some of this stuff was. I'm not going to say rushed. I'm going to say under the clock. Like you had to get this done within a certain time frame because of the lack of backgrounds on a lot of this stuff. And just a lot of these panels are really letting heavy shadows kind of delegate the page. That's an awesome shot right there. Ah, man. Yeah, the face right here reminds me a lot of. I had this X-Men poster back in the day, and he drew it, and I think it was like hand colored by somebody else, but and that thing is super pricey to replace nowadays. Mine got wrecked. Mine got wrecked years ago, probably when I was 23, 24. But the rendering, his choice of rendering under the lips and the nostrils and the divots and cheekbones and all that, very, very similar to his approach on that poster. And I feel like he didn't really do that much, leaning towards that kind of rendering. It'd be more like on the, I guess the classic X-Men covers, and then he kind of abandoned it. Kind of went a little more streamlined with his rendering. Uh, it's interesting to put stuff together. How artists make decisions. It's a very McFarlane feeling face right here. Yeah, this right here, I've always thought of National Enquirer, the Bat Boy. This feels very Bat Boyish. Well, yeah, she's got magic, so she can damage Superman here. That's why he's bleeding. Yeah, then she gets the stake. It's no mistake. It's Batman. This is an awesome shot right here. He pulled this off so good. And she just withering away. So yeah, she was kind of. They don't really lean into it. There's only so many. I think I don't even know how many pages. 48 maybe. Not a ton of pages to establish it, but she was kind of amassing a army of vampires through the comic. And so when you get to the end here, yeah, it's so awesome. This whole panel right here is rad. Basically, a lot of these corpses that are buried are actually vampires that come out at night. So, instead of Superman cremating the lot, let's do the more. Got Batman coming up with all these stakes, and he's just gonna just be hitting each and every one of these exhumed corpses. It's kind of dark. Look, Commissioner Gordon is just disgusted. Look at the eyeballs right here. He's even disgusted. They're like, what? Yeah, if you don't feel like watching. Anyways, yeah, there's that there. If you're not aware of it, now you are. Yeah, if you're a huge Art Adams fan like you claim, get this book. I don't think this has ever been collected in a trade paperback or an omnibus or anything like that. If it is, I'm not aware of it. I know Art around the same time also did a portion of a Wonder Woman annual. With that one rocks a George Perez cover that is very, very cool. I don't remember which issue. It might be Wonder Woman Annual 1. Not entirely sure. But that book is also very cool. And I should find my copy so I can do an art for inspiration of it. And I do believe that one is collected in a couple trade paperbacks, but it's one of those like afterthought books they throw into collections. So I'm not entirely sure which books. And unfortunately, on the internet, where most of us get a lot of our information of how to acquire things or where you can find stuff at, DC's done like a kind of a terrible job at indexing its books and old stories and telling you what collections also contain them to make them accessible and readable. So unfortunately, that lay in the hand of the fan. Let's show this one right there again. That's so cool. Anyways, yeah. Yeah, if you're a fan of awesome double-page spreads, there you go, man. This book's for you. All right, thanks for watching. Oh yeah, hit the subscribe. I need more subs. All right, thanks.